During February, Manual RedEye begins its month-long coverage of Black History Month. This coverage includes posting a story related to Black history and Black accomplishments every day on top of typical news stories. This February is the 100th year of Black History Month and RedEye's 9th year of the Black History Month project. In today's episode of RedEye Ramble, I'll be exploring the purpose of our coverage and what it means to staffers.
My name is David Schenk, and I'm a senior in JNC. So I've been doing Black History Month coverage for 3 years, ever since I joined Manual RedEye. RedEye, during regular coverage, we're not really as... It can feel a lot lighter, but during Black History Month, we're all super focused on making sure we have a piece a day covering Black history. And so during the month of February, it can be a little more work-oriented, especially if you're towards the latter half of the month, because those are usually where the pieces are a little bit longer, a little harder to work on as a staff, but also a lot more interesting for readers. We cover Black History Month just because it is such a an integral part of being culturally diverse students of one of the best schools in Kentucky. I think it's really important for us to both recognize Black history, but also share it with others. And so I just think that it's very important for us to be doing this sort of coverage for the manual students. I think Black History Month coverage has really, opened my eyes towards a lot of things that I hadn't really been privy to prior. And being able to cover this and share that, this sort of stuff with other people, has made me, I think, a lot more competent in terms of that sort of stuff. My sophomore year, my first year here at RedEye, I covered Spike Lee, who's my favorite director, who's directed The Black Klansman and Malcolm X and a bunch of wonderful movies. And I've also been able to talk about the dangers of destigmatizing racial slurs, or my most recent piece was on Winnie M. Young Jr., which was a civil rights activist. And I think being able to share those stories has made me feel a little wholer.
My name's Stella Kolers, and I'm a senior in JNC. I've been participating in Black History Month coverage every year that I've been on RedEye, so since sophomore year. And it's just been something that RedEye has been really passionate about, and we've really worked hard to make sure that we've done it adequately every year. I think the environment in RedEye is just super passionate, and everyone's just really excited to be covering Black History Month. And I think that's partly because it's something really unique that we do. We don't really have any other thing that we consistently do coverage of every single day except for Red White Week. So I think Black History Month is a really special month for us to be able to dive really deep into Black history, which is something that's also very important to all of us. And just make sure we're doing that consistent coverage, and just everyone's always really excited for it, and it's just a really good environment in RedEye during February. Well, we started covering Black History Month in 2017, so it's been almost 10 years, and I can't speak for the people who decided we should start doing that, but I do know, as editor-in-chief myself, I've made it very important, in my mission for the staff, because I think especially with the recent political events of people kind of taking steps to erase history and silence voices of other cultures, it's really important that we as a student publication show that we care and we really want to dive deep into this, even if that's not what seems like is happening maybe even in the rest of the country. And I think as a student publication, it's really important for us to show that we have a lot of diversity in our coverage, and we are talking about things that are important to us, but also important to our audience. Yes, I feel it's our Black History Month coverage is a great opportunity to feel more educated. I think we do at Manual get to have a lot of really great history teachers that I think do teach us both sides of history, But I also think there's like a lot of nuances. There's so many influential Black people throughout history that, it's hard to kind of like dive into all of that during a history class. So I think Black History Month is a really great opportunity to look into like a specific thing and then do a ton of research on that and really just write about like really important things, and then getting to read everyone else's coverage. I definitely feel so much more educated over the past few years that we've been doing it, because I've really been able to like look into something that hasn't always been like at the forefront of my education.
Thank you for listening to Red Eye Ramble. To stay connected with us, follow us on Instagram at ManualRedEye or check out our website, manualredeye.com.